Thank you to Rabina, Rav Kuhn, Rav Hanan, and the other Rabbanim in Yeshiva for this evening's Siyum, and all that you do for us. I would also like to publicly thank Sholem Rosner, the Shurim on the Daf I've listened to for many years, and my Chavrusa and friend, Rafi Goldberg, who pushed me to start the Daf, and it was a constant source of inspiration and a positive influence in my life. גם אני רוצה להגיד תודה רבה לרב חזקיהו. בלי החיזוק שנתת לי, אני לא מסיים את הש"ס היום. תודה רבה על הכל. Lastly, thank you to my wife Joanna. The commitment of Daf Yomi is not something I take on alone, but something we share as a family. Without your constant help, guidance and encouragement throughout this journey, this is something we would not have been able to achieve, and for that I am eternally grateful. The sentiments of Rabbi Akiva, Sheli, Shelcha, Shela, resonate more than ever tonight. It feels like only a short while ago I was in yeshiva. Unfortunately, I wasted a significant amount of time and energy trying to fight the system. The notorious Nativ Aryeh prison was something I was going to beat. And of course, the dreaded C word, change, was something for other people. I didn't need, nor did I want to change. It was only towards the end of my year in yeshiva that I began to realize that Rabina and the other Rabbanim were not in fact fighting with me, but rather it was I who was fighting myself. I had been gifted a golden opportunity, a year with no stresses of exams, no work, no commitments, and I had squandered this time trying to have what I perceived to be fun, confusing the concept of living for the moment instead of in the moment. When I reflect back on my yeshiva experience and my continued kesher with the yeshiva and my learning, there are two ideas in particular that I would like to share with you this evening that may be helpful for when you return home. Whilst I only stayed for 1 year, I was fortunate enough to continue visiting the yeshiva in the years after I left. Be it for a few days or a week, I made a concerted effort to visit as often as I could. I also had the zechut, thanks to Rav Hanan, to learn with Rav Chizkiyahu during my night seder. Over the year, we developed a kesher, and every Friday morning, for nearly 10 years, I would call Rav Chizkiyahu to wish him a Shabbat Shalom. The phone calls didn't usually last long, but it renewed a connection to the Rav and to the yeshiva every week. I also knew that Rav Chizkiyahu would ask me how Daf Yomi was going, and the knowledge that this question was going to be forthcoming on a Friday helped push me on days that I struggled. There is a nice idea from Parashas YNA, Perek Lamed Aleph, Pasuk Yud Aleph. Yaakov Avinu had been in Lavan's house for nearly 20 years, when Hashem says to Yaakov he must leave and return to the land of his birth. The Pesukim continue and say, Anochi Yoel Beis El, Hashem Hoshafta Shom Matzeva, Hashem Nodarta Li Neder. The question is asked, why do we have the reference to Beis El from the beginning of the parasha, when Yaakov Avinu had his dream with the ladder and encounters Hashem? The answer is given through an analogy, which I believe is most apt for us. What is the purpose of a lighthouse? Before a captain sets sail, he charts his journey, studies the maps, and ensures he knows the geography and trajectory of where he is heading. Why then did they need to build lighthouses? Surely the cliff edge was something known to the captain, and he didn't need it as an aid for his navigation. The answer is very simple. To study a map and calculate your route in the comfort of your office is one thing. To be out at sea when a storm is raging, the waves are crashing down around you, it's not always so easy to keep your bearings. And before you know it, you've lost your orientation. That ray of light, shining through the clouds, is what warns you danger is nearby. It resets you on your original path. After spending many years in the house of Lavan, Hashem was reminding Yaakov of his experience in Beis El, bringing him back to that moment of intense spirituality and preparing him for his return to Eretz Israel. The same is true for us. Nativ Aryeh has become our lighthouse. You'll invest time and energy this year developing learning skills, forming friendships and relationships, and hopefully discovering yourselves. There will be moments, be it chugim, an inspiring shir, Yom Kippur davening with Rav Katz, or a tiyul where you feel spiritually uplifted. You'll plan for post-yeshiva and develop a framework of how you will incorporate learning into your lives and maintain the standards you set yourselves. But the weeks will roll into months and then years, and like everything in life, there will be the ups and the downs. There will be moments when your enthusiasm wanes, when the temptations offered by college and life seem too enticing. It's at those precise moments that you remember there is a beacon of light that will be here for you, if you want it. Whether it's a phone call to your Rav from yeshiva, a message to an old friend, or if you're lucky enough, a trip back to the old city. Stay connected to the yeshiva in any which way you can. It will be the place that recharges you when you most need it. The second idea I would like to share is that of the choices we make. You will hear Rabina mention the idea of priorities throughout the year, and it was something I reflected on a lot when leaving yeshiva. What is important to you? What defines you? How do you define your Judaism? Can you spend a day binging on Netflix, wasting time on your phone and other distractions? Are you content if your head hits the pillow in the evening and you haven't learned anything that day? The Gemara in Shabbos, Daf Lamed Amud Aleph says, Amar Rava, B'shar shemachnisin odam ladin, omrim lo, nasasa v'nasata be'emunah, kavata itin laTorah. One of the final questions we'll ever be asked is, did we set aside a fixed time to learn Torah? On this, the Shari Teshuvah on Shulchan Aruch HaChaim quotes the Baal Haflah, who using the Gemara in Rosh Hashanah, Daf Chafov, learns the Lashon of Kovah, meaning to steal. Shekovata hu miloshan kubanyo. She'af misha hu Torah Godol ba'asokov, yesh lo ligzol mizeh eis vilmo Torah. Kovata is from the terminology, so-and-so stole from me. That even someone who is extremely busy has to steal time from his day to learn Torah. It's not good enough to hide behind the excuse of limited time, exams, deadlines, or busy at work. We must steal time from our days to make sure that we are learning something each and every day. I attended the last Siyum Hashas in London, where at the time the Olympic Games was being held, with the Olympic Stadium only a few miles from where the Siyum was taking place. One of the speakers that evening shared this idea. In a few minutes' time, when we are Messiah, we'll be saying the words, Anu Rotzin v'hein Rotzin. Not far from here, there are people who are Rotzin. They have teams of sports scientists, coaches, nutritionists, psychologists, and all other kinds of professionals, whose sole purpose is for the athletes to run a fraction of a second faster or jump a few millimeters higher. They dedicate their lives, dragging themselves out of bed for the early morning starts, braving the cold weather, forcing their eyes open despite their exhaustion, enduring physical fatigue and other such challenges, and with a devotion and a passion, they embrace their stated objective. Why? Because it is what is most dear to them. Anu Rotzin v'hein Rotzin. How much effort do we put into our learning? When we've got a headache, or it's raining outside, or we're just feeling lazy, is our learning for that day the first thing to be sacrificed? Anu Rotzin l'chaye ha'olam haba. What do we hold dear? I'll end by telling you that finishing Shas is without a doubt my greatest achievement in life. It became a part of my day, and it didn't matter that I went traveling around the world for 6 months after university, or that I had difficult exams to take. Making sure I was learning every day became an integral part of my life. As the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos says, Al tikra chorus elo cheirus. It was and is truly liberating. May you all be zocher to utilize your time in yeshiva, growing as individuals, learning how to learn, and setting the foundations for the rest of your lives. Amen.
Okay. Tom, we have the Musar Shmuz Thursday night slide open ready for you. All right, we're going to the Steve Asel Tower. He's going to head the Nina, and then we're starting to dance. We need to have rehearsal time. Okay, gentlemen, we're going to say, Ari's going to say that the end piece of Gemara. Donnie's going to say the Hadron. And then Mom's going to say the Kaddish. And then before we dance, Rosie is going to start the first mission promise.
Tana Devei Eliyahu, Kol Hashana Halachot L'Chol Yom, Nuftach Lo Shehu Ben Olam Ha'olam Haba, Shene'emar, Halichot Olam Lo, Al Tikri Halichot, Ela Halachot. Adonai Tinakot V'Sig Olam V'Sechas Nidan, Chol Hashas.
My parents that are here, הזמן הלך מסכת מידה בתלמוד בבלי, הזמן הלך מסכת מידה.
Whoever is being assigned, so.
הזמן הלך מסכת מידה בתלמוד בבלי ודתך עלן. הזמן הלך מסכת מידה בתלמוד בבלי ודתך עלן. לא נתנשא מנך מסכת מידה בתלמוד בבלי ולא תתנשא מנן. לא בעלמא דין ולא בעלמא דעתה. כי רצון בפניך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו שתהא תורתך אומנותנו בעולם הזה ותהא עמנו בעולם הבא. נינה בר פפא, רבי בר פפא, נחמן בר פפא, חי בר פפא, אבא מרי בר פפא, רפון בר פפא, רחיש בר פפא, סורחה בר פפא, עדה בר פפא, דמו בר פפא. ערב נא אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו ובכפיות עמך בית ישראל. נהיה כולנו, אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל. כולנו יודעי שמך, יודעי תורתך נשמע. מהווי תחכמני, מצוותיך כי עולם היא לי. היא ליבי תמים בחוקיך, למען לא אבוש. לעולם לא אשכח פקודיך כי בם חייתני, ברוך אתה אדוני, אמן חוקיך, אמן, 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 צלע ואל. מודים אנחנו לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, ששמת חלקנו מיושבי בית המדרש, ולא שמת חלקנו מיושבי קרנות. שאנו משכימים, והם משכימים, אנו משכימים לדברי תורה, והם משכימים לדברים בטלים. אנו עמלים והם עמלים, אנו עמלים ומקבלים שכר, והם עמלים ואינם מקבלים שכר. אנו רצים והם רצים, אנו רצים לחיי עולם הבא, והם רצים לבאר שחת. שנאמר, ואתה אלוהים תורידם לבאר שחת, אנשי דמים ומאומה, לא יחצו ימיהם, ואני אפתח בך. יהיה רצון לפניך, אדוני אלוהי, כשם שעזרתני לסיים בספר מידה ותלמוד בבלי, כן תעזרי לי להתחיל במסכתות וספרים אחרים, לסיימם ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות, ולקיים את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך באהבה. וזכות כל התנאים והאמוראים ותלמידי חכמים יעמוד לי ולזרי, שלא תמוש התורה מפי ומפי זרי וזרע זרי עד עולם. ותתקיים בי ותהלכך תנחה אותך, ושוכבך תשמור עליך, והקיצותה היא תשיחך. כי בי ירבו ימיך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים, אורך ימים בימינה ושמאלה, עושר וכבוד. אדוני עוז ויבוא ייתן, אדוני יברך ויבוא בשלום.